Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I'm talking about next year, 2025, in case you're watching this in the future sometime. So way back in the day, like this one's dated 2017, I think there's some from 2016 in here too, I was following a couple of different groups that did art journal prompts, like random prompts you'd have to do in order. Some were not, you didn't have to do them in order, but you followed all these prompts and in the end you came up with some sort of page. I mean, not all pages turned out well. I like this one. Some ended up, I like this one too. Some ended up kind of interesting. Some, anyway. And I kind of missed that. Missed doing the art journal prompts and just creating as you follow the prompts. And so I want to do that again. So starting on January 1st, I am going to list some prompts and pick a color and some words and hopefully come up with something interesting. And I'll post a picture of the prompts and everything on my community page on YouTube, and then at some point in the month, hopefully the first Wednesday or Saturday following the first of the month, I will post my video of what I created with those prompts. And I decided that I was just going to take, and this is a travel magazine that I did it out with. I like that one too. So I decided I was going to use this magazine. I've taken out a couple of pages, and then I'm just going to work right over the top of it. I think I'll put the prompts and information on one side and do the page on the other side this time. The other one I just painted the other side. But yeah, I mean these are, magazine. They're not super heavy. They're not, they're kind of thin, but I'm assuming I'm going to gesso and possibly collage, and it will get interesting. So currently I have these alphabet blocks that have prompts on all the sides. And I'll roll these, and whatever ends up there is what we do. And then I've tried a color finder, random color generator on the internet. Random color picker. And I just hit tap here, and whatever color, it's hard to tell, it doesn't have a name, but it looks pretty brown to me, maybe a little purpley black brown, something. That'll be our color. I mean, I can keep tapping, tap, tap, tap. I'm not real happy with the choices on there, so I might come up with something else. But for January 1st, probably that. And then there's a random word generator. I'm not sure I'm happy with that either. But I did one. Let's see. And these, okay, cancel that. These are the words it came up with. Mathematics, freckle, and cafe. So I'm going to think that through. And, if any of you want to join me on this challenge, it will be once a month. I would love to have you join me. I will be posting on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at the Shelly Studio. And, tag me if you create a page. I'd love to see it. I also have a Facebook page I'll be posting this, information on as well. And that's also the Shelly Studio. Links are, I believe, in the description box below, so you can check them out there. And in the meantime, I am going to collage over the front and back of this, so I'm not advertising for these people. All right, thank you. So to cover this, I just grabbed one of my packets at random, somewhat random, to cover the page. I guess we're going with greenish colors. I like the Imagine. I'm thinking that'll go on the front, but it's a little bit more, I don't know, turquoisey color. So the rest of those in that packet are a little bit more green, but we'll see. My intention to begin with was it's got, you know, the brown in the print. This is a gel print, by the way. And it's got a little brown in there, so I was thinking I could paint the magazine cover brown and then glue this on. And I thought, that's it. I'll be done. Wonder bar, right? So I'm just tearing off the edges. I did have to cut a little bit of the capital I off just to get it to fit on the magazine. And now I'm going to pull out some brown paint and cover it up. So I've got these pieces of deli paper just to help keep it from me getting the pages glued together with paint. And this is just folk art. And I decide it needs a little bit darker brown, so I think that's raw umber I'm adding to it. Just mix that up. So I'm painting this on, and it's going on very thin. This actually is a slick magazine cover. It probably would have been best to sand it up, buff it up a little bit, make it a little more textured. That would help keep the paint from peeling off, but I didn't do that. I don't know why. And I'm not too worried about the center area because I am going to put the big print on there with the word Imagine. Maybe that can be my word of the year. Imagine. Do any of you do the word of the year? I've done it a couple of times, but haven't really thought about it this year for January. Anyway, so we're going to dry that up. I did put 2 coats on there. Dry that up, and I'm putting that on, and then I'm like, well, it needs more. So I decided I would pull out the blocks, just whatever they're on, and use those prompts to decorate the cover. And I'm trying to remember, the first one was Collage, I think. Or use scraps. One was use scraps, and then another one was Collage with copies. So I put those together and put them aside. So I'm going to do the front and the back, and I'm going to grab the scrap pieces of paper that I had left over, those 2, and we're going to collage those on. So I'm just tearing them out. I don't want all that white. This is cardstock, so it's a little bit heavier. So I'm gonna have to use some regular glue. I use glitter glue because it dries fast and it holds pretty strong. And it works for cardstock. I'm just trying to shift everything. I don't have enough space right here. I did get myself a new table. It's not much bigger than my little teeny table, but I haven't set it up yet. So my goal is to get that done as soon as possible. And then I'll have a little bit more space to work with. I'm just putting that on the bottom and on the top. Then we'll have to come up with something in between. Yeah, I figured why not give you an example of how this collaging prompt thing works, right? And our word was chosen for us. Imagine, it was chosen for us. So it also said copies, and I had this copy. I'd made a copy of this paper, and I've used everything around the word, because I liked the brown and turquoisey color pattern, and used it on something, who knows what. And because I just keep what's left, and I just keep keeping what's left until it's all gone, and I keep making more, and it's never gone. It just never runs out. Especially if you're a gel printer, things just don't run out. And I do love to gel print. I haven't done it in a while, so my goal is to do that once a month. We'll see if that happens. I am at the bottom of a couple of Yoo-Hoo glue sticks, so I'm using a palette knife to get that extra glue out of there and use it up. I mean, why not? This one's fresher, so the other one had sat there for a while. Don't let it sit. It gets really hard and gluey, that stuff. Yoo-Hoo works. So far, I have not had any bad issues with Yoo-Hoo. And if something pokes up on the end, I just glue it back down with either the glue stick or, the art glitter glue. But I really haven't had issues that I've noticed using that to glue my stuff together. So I've just got a tissue here using, and then it sticks to there because that's a clunk of glue there. All right, so I found another piece that has brown and green. It was the closest I could come in the green category, because I think this piece of paper with Imagine is like the only thing that color in my whole packet. And see, it's starting to peel. The paint is peeling off the magazine. So it's a good thing. We're just going to collage the whole thing, because we're just going to cover that up. The inside pages are not as glossy as the outside covers, so I'm hoping there won't be an issue with them. If there is, I will just collage it. And all I'm doing is getting scraps to fill all the gaps. Now the spine end will be paint, but that's okay. This one doesn't quite fit. I'll just put a scrap there where the brown is still showing. I'm on my last glue stick. I'm going to have to get some more. Can't buy that one in the stores. I have to order it online. I really like Yoo-Hoo. I do have some Elmer's, so I can use that, but they're smaller sticks. I like the bigger sticks. So how's everyone doing? Have you had a good day? How's your week been? Ready for a new year? Can't believe the year is over already, or gonna be over here soon. Time just flies. The older you get, the faster the earth is spinning, I swear. It feels like it goes so fast anymore. There, we just cover the gap. And we're going to glue on the other side. Take this big panel and put it on there. Of course, using the glitter glue on this one. That should be enough to hold it, I think. Okay, so I have that one little piece left of that that I used on the back. So I'm gonna tear it into 3 sections and just glue it on. And then I'll have to find something else to add to the cover, because we got to cover up the paint because it's just peeling. So I found this one. This one looks pretty close. So I'm going to use it to cover the bottom and hopefully fill those gaps at the top. I have way too many paint scraps, and I still want to paint. I still want to do more gel printing because it's so much fun. I don't even know if any of these particular gel prints are on any of the videos. I have a playlist of my gel printing, if you're interested in that, how that's done. That's how I started on YouTube, actually, was with some gel prints. I was thinking for my anniversary on YouTube next October, I will try to recreate the prints I made the first video. First video's pretty bad. My camera kept shutting off. It was my very first video. I'm not sure why I did that one. I'm surprised I just went for it and didn't just start over, but I went for it. I think it had to do with the SD card, because I got a new SD card later and I don't have that problem with it just stopping anymore. So it must have been a bad SD card. Okay, so there was one that said use non-dominant hand. I didn't want to, so I just skipped it. You can do that, you know, there's no prompt police. You can do what you want. The next prompt was add dots and lines, and then prompt after that is add neon. So I pulled out my neon sticks, and then the brown one, because I figured the brown would go. So I'm just putting dashes and dots. Excuse me. And this is being done late at night, so there's no thought of perfection. And with tempera paint sticks, they're mushy and you kind of get what you get. So the neon, I was like, oh, what color do I use? Like, I wasn't sure what color I should use. So I went to my color wheel and I'm like, kind of blue-green is kind of an orangish red color. So I went for the orange neon, and it's not as opaque as I was hoping, but that's okay. It doesn't have to like scream at me, I think. So I just add some random places. There we go. Okay. Put those away. And then the next prompt was paint with your favorite color. Well, I really like turquoise, and this paint was handy, and it's, I think it's phthalo turquoise. And I was also thinking, I need a color that's gonna not clash too much. And so I decided I would just put flower petals on some of these dots. Yeah, so the result is interesting. You're not always going to end up with something lovely, but you're not always going to end up with something way ugly either. If you follow the prompts and just do them either in order or whatever order you want to. I felt like I needed 3, so I just put one like kind of disappearing off the edge of the page. And I've got to put one on the back, right? So I've got to flip this around. Just put a flower on the back there. And I think after this, I let it dry for a minute or two. Not very long. And the next prompt was add black pen or marker, I think that's what it said, or just add pen or marker. So I'm drawing circles around the dots because I like that kind of look. Though the neon, the brown had dried, like it was dry, you could write on it, it was fine, of the tempera sticks, but the neon, it's a different brand than the other, and I don't know if that makes a difference. It was not dry, and it was kind of affecting my marker. You need to wait for those things to dry. And then I just drew around the flowers as well, and I actually go back with a darker marker. See how that one's just, and those are perfectly good markers. So, but I do go back in. You don't see me. I go in with a darker marker. All of a sudden it's going to be dark. There you go. And I had one block that was off to the side that I had missed, and it was add glitter. So this is tulip glitter paint. I don't know, it's clear with glitter in it. And my cover is done. Now I'm all ready for my January 1st pages. I hope you will join me. It's going to be fun. It's always fun. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.